The guys rocked up with very good attitudes today, though. Prepared to fight, prepared to go the distance, and unfortunately it wasn't the case. Yet again, the Indian side played incredibly good cricket. All three sort of phases of the game, their fielding, their bowling and their batting was top draw, and that's why the result is like it is. So the credit must go to them, but yeah, we were just outplayed again, that's all. Yeah, look, it was obviously tough. It was always going to be tough as well. But having said that, it was something I was really looking forward to, and it was a challenge that I really enjoy. I can still say that sitting here, having lost the series 5-1, it's a challenge that I still enjoy, and it's a responsibility that I also enjoy. So I learned a lot, and to learn a lot at this stage of my career is not also a bad thing. So going forward, I'm just going to try to take lessons that I did learn going forward to if I ever do captain again. But regardless of that, just the experience of it, dealing with other sorts of pressures, it's all good, and it all grows as a player, or grows me as a player. Yeah, look, he's got full right to say that just by watching the naked eye. It probably wasn't, I wasn't playing the usual game I do play. And whether that be due to various pressures and to not quite being in the zone and in the moment because worrying about other things, it's probably the reason. So he's got full right to say that, and he's spot on with what he says, but we did chat about it. And today when I was batting, I felt in a much more comfortable space. I felt like I was structuring my innings exactly how I would structure it playing a franchise game, which is a positive. It's very late in the series, but I managed to overcome that obstacle. So it's moving in the right direction, I suppose.
Is it fair to say that it was because of, let's say, captaincy pressure that obstacle was there?
Yeah, look, there's a lot of pressure. I mean, as an individual to do well, I set quite high standards for myself. And not having done well this series, there was that form of pressure as well. So it's various sorts of pressures that does that to a player. It's not just from captaincy. Captaincy is one of the pressures. But like I've mentioned, it's pressure I do enjoy, and I'd love to enjoy it more in the future. Plenty up, to be fair. Constantly checking in with them. I think they also respect and understand the space I'm in as a young captain. And it's very nice to be able to fall on them whenever I feel the need to. So they've been a massive help. Off the field as well, dealing with the sorts of pressure that I've mentioned, they've been very good. So a lot of credit must go to them. I know it might not be reflected out on the field in terms of our performances, but in terms of getting me in a better and more calmer space, a lot of credit must go to the senior players. Yeah, look, embarrassed is quite a harsh word. Obviously, we weren't up to the standard that we like, and we are really disappointed as a squad. I wouldn't want to say we're embarrassed. We put a lot of hard work in behind the scenes, and we do give our absolute best on the field, and we fight for the player next to us, and that's a crucial thing. Results-wise, it could look embarrassing, so I understand the question. But I wouldn't say we're embarrassed. I just reckon we're more disappointed than anything else. It's the rotation policy that we mentioned before the series started. Obviously, there's the bigger picture that everyone knows about, and obviously not being able to draw the series anymore, it was an opportunity to give guys a chance. Fajr Behardine is an incredibly good player. He's in great form at the moment, and he's been showing that for the Titan side. So he completely deserves his opportunity he got, and the exact same for Kai Zonda. So, I mean, yeah, we might have left out two of our senior players, but the two guys who got opportunities today really have been knocking the door down, and I'm glad to see they got the opportunity. Look, it's quite a tough one. I haven't even thought about it from that sort of perspective just yet. Obviously, we probably have taken a step back, not necessarily a big step, but obviously results-wise and performances-wise, we haven't moved forward, have we? So, but having said that, I'd rather it have happened now than 2 or 3 months before the World Cup starts or during the World Cup. So there's lessons we can learn, but the most important thing now going forward is that we don't make these same mistakes again. I did feel during the series we made mistakes and from previous games in the games that came. So we didn't quite learn well from our lessons, and I think it's crucial now that we really dig into what went wrong and rectify it so it doesn't happen again in the future. Yeah, we haven't, as a batting unit, we haven't structured our innings well. Once Faf did it well in the first game, experienced captain, and showed his ability there as well. So, but since then we haven't structured an innings well as a batting unit at all. I do agree with you. It's a bit because of pressures to perform. It's to try to level the series. So various pressures could lead to that, like I've mentioned. And we need to. I'm a firm believer that as an individual or as a batting unit. Once it happens once, and once you can feel it once, you get a sort of blueprint and you can go with it from that. So it's just one innings away for us as a batting unit to understand who plays what sort of role and to get the ball rolling like that. The confidence of the side has definitely taken a knock. Yes, it's never nice to lose 5-1, but we have learned lessons. A lot of those lessons have been taught to us by how the Indians have constructed their games. If you look at how they set their innings up as a batting unit, there's always one of their top 3 in the 40th over, and that's crucial in this format. And then their bowlers, they control the middle period really well. They've got 2 quality spinners, and they strike up front with a new ball. So they do tick all their boxes, and that's where we're going to work hard on to try to sort of do the same sort of thing. Look, I just do still believe that playing any side in the world, if you take wickets up front, you're in with a massive shout. We've in our own right got 2 quality spinners. Imran Taye has been competing to be best in the world for a while now, and Bryce James is showing a lot of X factor as well. So if you can strike with a new ball up front and then control those middle overs well, you're going to reduce the side to chaseable targets. We did it in a few games, to be honest. There was a few games where at the halfway stage I thought we were in with a massive shot had we batted well. Unfortunately didn't bat well and didn't get the results, but yeah, look, obviously you need to score 1 run more than the opposition to win, but there is a way to do it, but striking up front is very important. Look, Virat made a massive difference, obviously in incredible touch and showing it. His hunger for runs and his desperation to finish games is up there with the very best, and that's probably why he's one of the best players in the world. He's been the difference in the series. Their spinners have also played a massive role, like I've mentioned. But yeah, he's had a great series, and credit must be given where credit's due. Definitely, yes. It's all part of learning. Virat's sort of desperation to win games for his side is massive, and that's why he condones himself like he does, and it's all from a competitive point of view. It's nothing malicious. And then that desperation is shown when he bats, because he really wants to finish games. He doesn't just get close to the line, he gets his side over the line, as we saw again tonight. So there's a lot of things I can learn from him. There's a lot of things I can learn from their team as a whole, and there's a lot of things I can learn from us as a whole, as the Proteas as a whole as well. So taking little pieces here and there from various players is helping. Yeah, it's a lot of sort of points that we're going to end up writing down as well, Crystal, because it is a long break. So we're going to have to, while the thoughts and the lessons are fresh in our minds, we're going to have to keep them with us somehow. So we're probably going to have to jot them down, and then after that really spend time in the nets actually getting better at what we did wrong. So that's probably going to be the way forward. But having said that, there's a lot of quality players in the Protea setup, so we're not going to dig deeper than what we should. We've got to back ourselves, we've got to be confident, and we've got to play as a confident side going forward.